to find the link so I can share this on my page too, for sure. Because we have a really good topic tonight, y'all, for real.
Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Big Cat Podcast. And I am your host, Portis, aka Mr. Squad in Your Face, aka Mr. Intellectual himself, and my co-host,
Mo Piat,
aka
LIBE, the DOWG, dog.
for sure. Welcome to the show tonight, y'all. We have a special guest tonight, y'all. You know what I'm saying? If you follow her on YouTube, she needs no introduction. But if you don't follow her on YouTube, I'm going to let her introduce herself and welcome her to the show. Take it away, sweet.
Thank you guys. I'm Millicent Early and definitely excited to be a part of this forum. Y'all have some great topics, so I appreciate the request to have me on. Very honored, honestly, because I think as a community we should get together and support one another. Myself and Irvin Cohen, we just about making laughs and having fun. So we started this content creating thing. We just learning, trying to grow together, work with other people, help grow them, and we grow together and make some money. So, and again, see people laugh. Follow me on Facebook, Millicent Early, also Irvin Cohen. He'll make you laugh. He also is a business owner, trendsetter. Go get your car wash and any special detail needs. And also follow us on YouTube, Woodmill 706. Thank you.
For sure, for sure. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for being on tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we do have a dope topic
Oh,
tonight.
yeah.
So without further ado, let's just jump into the topic tonight, y'all. Um, 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 emotional
Emotional.
damaged people.
Right.
I'm not gonna say women or men, I'm gonna just say people. We're not gonna, you know what I'm saying, just put it on a specific, we're gonna just say general, emotionally damaged people. Um, how do we start this, y'all? You know what I'm saying? You know, Mo, how you know, since you're so good at starting the conversation, I'm
Oh,
gonna let you
no.
get it going.
I was trying to get my phone squared away, but
It's
there it
all good.
is. Yeah. Well, I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it can go both ways, like y'all say. It could be the man, or it could be the woman. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you get in a relationship with somebody, you never knew what they went through as a child, or the last relationship or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
what
Mm-hmm.
type of trauma they went through. So they may bring it into y'all relationship, you
Right.
know. But I
But the
done dated
main
some.
thing, right?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry about that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean to go ahead. Go ahead and finish up.
Yeah, you
No,
ready?
no,
You
ready. Go
ready?
ahead.
You know
Go
what I'm
ahead.
saying? Fire off. Go ahead.
Go
Take
ahead. Go
off.
ahead.
Let's hear you.
I'll
Well,
ride off.
my thought process is plain and simple. Promiscuity is really one of those big factors in a lot of households, and it starts from so many different things, and it is affecting our community major. It's so many situations where we have caretakers that have been in the household or family members who have taken advantage of young men and women. And,
Right.
we grew up in a household where it was like, what goes on in the house goes on in the house. You keep that in the house. So it's been so many people who have been scarred. And when they grow up, get older, they find some comfort in it. It's more of a band-aid. It's kind of how they deal with the trauma because they've already been, mistreated, abused, used at a young age, and it's all they know. And it's hard to even, sustain a healthy relationship when you have been, and it's not just women. It goes for our men as well. So that's what
Right.
we're living with today.
That's right.
I think, oh, you know what? I can't even say I think. I just got a question. So, you know, when it comes to emotionally damaged people, who do you think takes it harder? You know what I'm saying? Who do you think who who's more emotionally damaged? Men or women?
Mm.
I
And I
think
have a
I
question
think
after that.
I think it's a healthy balance. I think how we deal with it, whereas, black men are just kind of taught to keep it in, don't cry, be tough, handle it, that woman play with you, that's a good thing. At least we know we ain't gay. We've been, it's our thought process to think, that these things shouldn't be emotionally traumatizing, but they are. So for a man, it's more of a let's keep it in. Whereas for a woman, we're kind of trying to be strong as well. We still have to be the nurturer and be there. And then we still have these scars within that, it's kind of like a hunting thing. So I think it's an even blend of it. It's just how people balance it out. I do feel like going back to what we talked about earlier, women are just a little bit more vocal on these things and willing to get some help at some point, whereas men, it carries on and then it can kind of go on from generation to generation. We see our dad, this is what he do. He just gonna sneak out and, dealing with other women, having sex with other women. It just becomes a norm. So I just think it's a factor in both men and women.
Okay, Gotti, what you think, bro?
Yeah, she's absolutely right. Like when
Is that you? I think that's probably you. Yeah,
excuse
I think you. Let him fix that. Fix that mic real quick. What I was gonna say was, what I'm saying. My next question was to add to that was, um, like when you are emotionally damaged, um, men or women, and the reason why I asked who do you think take it harder, harder, what I'm saying, is because it's like I think when a man is emotionally damaged, I think that's where a lot of the downward spirals in life, what I'm saying, come in that. And I think that it gets so bad to where like a woman has so many outlets to where she could go and get help from, what I'm saying, this place, or she can go to this, what I'm saying, to this place. Not saying that men don't have it too, what I'm saying, because men do have places where we can go, like, like social clubs and shit like that, where we could sit down with other men that's going through whatever that we're going through and, talk things out or whatever the case. But it just seems like when a man goes through, when a man is emotionally damaged, it just seems like he don't know what to do to catch that downward spiral. To catch a grip on life for him to get back on track. You know what I'm saying? And I think
Yeah.
that we need, as men, we need more outlets. You know what I'm saying? Like I think we need more groups. You know what I'm saying? Like group talks and things like that, like therapy sessions or whatever, or like male trips to help deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, like always trying to self-soothe it, or like you said, put a band-aid over it, drinking to like heal or whatever. But only thing we're doing is just masking it. You know what I'm saying?
But you got to be able to seek it, because if it's a problem, it still all goes back around to us as black people as a whole. If we know that
Get it right. Hold
can
if
can
we
you
know,
hear us now?
yeah, can you guys hear me?
on.
Can y'all?
Yeah, can you start over one more time? Because you did go out.
Oh, so what I'm saying
Yeah, we can
is
hear.
I
We
feel
can hear you now.
okay. I feel like that's a seat thing. I think there are groups out there. I think that there are therapy sessions. I think again it goes back to our culture feeling like mental health is one of those things that can be pushed to the back burner. Where again we see that it's breaking down
Yeah.
our family structure in itself. It's more or less of, hey, do I want to do better, or is this just what I feel good at doing? Because again, people do this because it feels good. We're trained and we talk about it. It's on social media every day. Let me get up under somebody to
Mhm.
feel better. A person is what's gonna soothe, and a lot of that is from the trauma of having sex be a control, and then being
Mhm.
Yeah,
abused at that age. So I think it's more of the want
yeah,
to
and
be better.
right.
So do you think so? Well,
Just
yeah, I mean, because when you are damaged in that way, especially sexually, like sex could be an overrated thing to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, as you grow up, as you get older, like you don't look at sex the same way everybody else does. You know what I'm saying? Like it throws it off. So, like, I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, I definitely.
just like Irvin just said, man, we're taught to suck it up. When you're a kid and you go through something, we either taught to keep it to ourselves and don't cry about it, forget about it. Man, we handle trauma different from women. Women, like a lot of men, we can't really, if something happened to us, we can't really go to another man or to another family member and say, well, this happened to me, because it could be embarrassment or like you say, like Irvin just say, we taught to suck it up.
See, but here's the thing though. Like, is it better to just suck it up and not talk about it?
Well, that might be, that's the problem with a lot of men in relationships because they went through things and they can't talk about it.
Mhm.
And then when they date or get married or something like that, they kind of take it out on the relationship.
Yeah,
Or some of them even take it out on their own kids.
true.
And that's when sex becomes like a filler for you, where a man
Right,
literally, it's nothing wrong. Sex is great. It feels good. It's
right,
pleasurable. Everyone enjoy it. But
right.
that's when it's a constant need, meaning um, it's somebody out here, and I don't care who it is. I'll go get it because sex is just that important to me, regardless of who it may hurt. But again, it goes back. These are young people who have come out of households where one parent household or one parent is incarcerated or they're just in poverty. Again, they've been kept by people who don't really have a care. I
Hmm.
know of
Right.
a friend, um, and he would, never would mention his name, but me and him had a conversation, and he shared as a young man how it was an older woman that took care of him that used to play with him, and he didn't enjoy it, but at that point in time in life, or even now, men feel like, oh, okay, well, that's just what it is. I'm glad he getting some pussy, or I'm glad, they're thinking in that mindset versus
Right.
he's 10 years old. He's not ready for this. He's not capable to understand these emotions or what's going on, these hormones. It's not understood for our black men. So they grow up and then they are just consumed with sex. That's the most important
Yeah.
thing for them. It's just what is almost controlling for them.
So let me ask you this. So even though that's traumatizing for the child, right?
Yeah.
What type of emotional distress you think that older lady was going through to do that to that child?
Oh, it's probably a
What type
repeat.
of
It's either a repeat cycle of maybe possibly what she's gone through,
yeah.
or it could just be pure loneliness. Who knows? We really don't know why people do that, why people turn into predators. Um,
Mhm.
but we do know that these are things that can be addressed, and they don't have to continue to linger on in the air for you because it leads to having kids that you don't want to take care of.
Mhm.
It comes down to STDs that we know are all out there and real. um
Mhm.
it's things that come or repercussions that are there because of you wanting to live this loose lifestyle. None of us are perfect, don't get me wrong,
Right.
nobody's perfect, but at some
Right.
point in time you have to address those issues and stop just putting these band-aids on them, which is just going out having random sex with people.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
But that's why. Hey, appreciate that, Irvin. Appreciate the stars.
Oh, we got some more
Yeah, I think we
stars.
got some stars.
Yo,
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much, Earl.
Thank you.
Let's
Thank you. Thank
But
you.
you,
support those, iron sharpens iron. So we gonna rock out for one another. I
that's
appreciate
right.
that.
Hey, for
Thank you
sure.
so much.
Hey, yo, shout out to, you know what I'm saying, my family from up north, up in Ohio. My auntie, two of my aunties, my auntie Get It Girl and my auntie Real. What's up, y'all? And my homegirl Natasha Lowry from Massillon. Yo, what's up, y'all? My Ohio people. What it do? Thank y'all for tuning in to this Sunday vibe. You
Oh
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
but like that's why a lot of girls are promiscuous. Like they have
But
sex with
why does it look different for a woman than a man? Now I do understand the difference in a woman and a man
right.
having multiple partners. It's multiple reasons why it matters, but at the same token, that goes both ways. If a man is
Mhm.
known to just be out there with women, he a player. You know, you got
Yeah.
he a player, but a woman, she a hoe. She a slut.
So, yeah.
What's up,
It's
Shelly?
it's different. Why is that?
Right. Why is it different? You want me to
Yeah.
explain it?
Yeah, I'll let you explain this one. I ain't saying nothing.
See the reason why it's different. We look at this right here. A, a woman can a man can have sex with 20 women
Mhm,
and get all 20 of those women pregnant.
mhm,
All those women gonna know who the father is.
mhm.
You take it there's a woman, she has sex with 20 different men. It's gonna be hard for her to figure out who's the father of that baby. Y'all get what I'm saying? It's
I get it.
you know what I'm saying? Because like a woman body is really not built to
Endure.
right too many different men. You get what I'm saying? It's
Put it back
different
so
DNA,
you.
right? Different DNA is going up in you, and you know how DNA is staying in a woman, you
Go
know,
ahead.
for a while.
You
You
thinking
know what
about
I'm saying?
the you
For
trying to
days.
go to town, boy.
You throw your pH off, it can do a lot of stuff
That's it.
bad for you. Yeah,
That-
you're right.
That's it.
Yeah, hey, no, hey, listen. I'm gonna tell you what Mo really thinks.
Say what you mean what you say.
Hey, Mo thinking about hey, when Mo say he thinking about all them different all them different DNAs. Mo, Mo talking about that 6'9" joker.
There you
But
go.
Hey, Mo thinking about that 6'9" joker. Hey, he thinking about that 6'9" joker ramming up in that lady, man, pulling all her, pulling all her.
that's not the move. And like I said, I totally get it, but I'm still making the point of men and women have this same syndrome. Being promiscuous. That is not just a woman thing. Because you just specify women being
About to
promiscuous.
come back.
Like, what did Key say? When we become an adult, we have to choose
So,
to be better and do better. It's all about your character and how you choose to live your
And it's
life.
all
Exactly. And
how
that's all I'm saying, Key.
yeah, yeah.
That's important. You gotta do better at some point when you know that it's become a problem.
right.
It's time to seek help, and
Yeah, right.
time to seek help. You know, especially when we're talking about
Yeah,
Yeah.
wanting our communities to be built together and to have some type of structure. If that's gonna ever happen, you got the daddy. And this has gone on since slavery. You know, our women. Men would come in, master would come into the house and grab him a woman. That was what just has gone on and repeat for us black people. And at this point in life, we know better. Just like
right.
we know how to do better. So we can't say that those people in that time and era had the tools that we have now to be better.
to know better. It's not
Right.
it's not a hard thing, I don't think, if you want to get help.
Right. It's not hard.
Right. There's so many avenues that we got today that I definitely get it.
Cause it'll come a time, when you get a certain age, you're gonna have to learn how to put that behind you.
Yeah.
Put all that trauma you went through behind you, because it's a lot of people that went through child molestation and all kind of stuff like that, and they fighting those demons and stuff, but they always, some people resort to drugs, drinking or whatever,
Yeah.
But it's a way you have to deal with it,
Yeah.
So
I think that's what I was saying earlier, you know what I'm saying? Like for a man, like his outlet is when he's going through things like that, when he's emotionally damaged. I think that's a man's biggest go-to, is to get drunk or to smoke his problems away. Drugs,
or a man can also be like a woman. He can want to have sex with a lot of women.
Oh yeah, he can definitely turn to a sex predator.
Right.
But at the same time, though, 9 times out of 10, he's really looking to mask that, and the best way to mask it, you know what I'm saying? Any man will go mask that pain. First with a drink.
Right.
With a drink first.
And to get a nut off.
I mean, that comes after you get drunk. You're gonna have to get drunk first, because first you don't want to feel that pain no more. You know what I'm saying? The nut gonna come after you start getting you start feeling them drinks hit you.
You get that nutty.
Then you risking it all. God, he called me Mr. Risk It All. I guess you risk it all.
Hey, Millicent, he'll risk it all.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. That's what that drink and that drug, all together, and you're being irresponsible, and then we're having sex, and then possibly unprotected sex, and then we got at home, and that's when all those risk factors come in, and you're not only affecting yourself, but you're affecting someone you love at home.
Right.
He said a lot of our community was raised off of survival. We have been conditioned to be divided and separated. That's what we see on TV, and that's in real life.
Oh yeah.
I think that's true though.
Yeah, that's true. What's up, Head? How you doing? Head is in the building.
What's going on?
What's up, Head?
We talking about emotionally damaged people. Emotionally damaged people. And like what we should be talking about, the recovery of emotionally damaged people.
But see, a lot of people haven't went to therapy to get recovery going on.
Well, I mean, I get that.
Man, you wouldn't believe how many different emotional damaged people we see every day.
And just don't know it.
Now, I notice.
Do you notice?
Oh yeah. I done dated women in my past that I know they was emotional damage. Seriously. That went through.
So how did you deal with that though?
It was
you
hard.
Knew that she was emotionally damaged, but how did you?
It was hard. I mean, like a lot of women I have ran into in my life that I've dated.
Yeah.
Those are for some reason, those are the ones I used to attract.
Emotionally damaged.
Yeah. You that guy. If you show them all the love you can, maybe you can help cure them.
Yeah, that's
right.
He's the Mr. Lover.
Oh no, I'm just saying seriously, the last person I dated, and the one before her, they all went through something. It was.
I can't lie. I have dated emotionally damaged women before too. Oh Lord have mercy. And that, it was a mosquito.
Do y'all think? Let me ask y'all this question, then, man. Do y'all think that that's what you like? Like, I mean, is that
a lot of times? Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Well, that's what he like.
No.
I'm not gonna say that for me. Because listen, when it comes to that, it's just like a Forrest Gump.
I'm just being honest.
No, me too. And it's just like a Forrest Gump, you know what I'm saying, moment. Life is like a box of chocolates. People are too. You never know what you're gonna get till you sit down with them and you get to conversate with them. So You don't know who you gonna get until you start to actually, like I said, conversate with them and deal with them. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know what you're gonna get, because if I know that you emotionally damaged coming in, I'm not gonna deal with you, because I know that I'm not gonna be able to deal with that.
But see, you can't say that.
How you gonna tell me what I can and I can't say?
You never,
How you gonna tell me?
you never know how you might feel about that person.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that could be a possibility, because you are absolutely right about that. Now, I definitely give you
Because
that.
think about all these women now that dating these men coming straight out of prison. You know what I'm saying?
I think they emotionally damaged.
The women that
Hey, man, listen, a lot of these women that, and shout out to the women that's dating these guys in jail. I'm not knocking y'all, but this is what I don't understand about that. No, word. Listen, man, this is word up. Listen, I don't understand this. Them niggas get more love than we do, and we out here.
Okay, you know why that happens, because this person is in a dorm, and the only thing they really probably have is that one person that they're trying to see. You know, you're gonna be able to get that attention, even with you not being able to feel that touch. Just being able to have a person who's able to be available for you, whereas the men here in the world, they got so many outlets. You know, they can go by their partner crib. They can. This person just want to stay on the phone with you all day. So it's
that sound like.
Once y'all get tired of that,
no, wait.
Yeah, of course. You know, you want something to feel.
That sounds like a woman is emotionally damaged.
That was a description.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like she's emotionally damaged, because, like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's a lot of reasons why a lot of women turn, you know, gay. You feel what I'm saying? Because of that, though, too, as well. It's like, I feel like y'all feel like a lot of men are not available, and I feel like we are available. Like, a lot of women just be having a standards up too high, or they just emotionally damaged to where they don't want to deal with, you know what I'm saying, with
type of guy.
Yeah, you feel me? So they just turn to a woman because they're more understanding to what they going through, right?
See, now here's what I think for real though. I think there are enough of guys out here for women, but women seem to be wanting the same guy. You know, like, I see it all the time.
So is that just because just that one guy is available to?
No. I'm saying, I know. Okay, like, you like, just say back in college, you had roommates or whatever. Okay. It may be 4 guys in the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
It may be one guy that he getting all the girls. He got 3-4 girls coming through a day.
Mm-hmm.
But you maybe got 2 or 3 other guys probably had a girl in about 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like all certain girls, they attracted to the same guy.
Or the same type of guy.
No, the same type of guy and the same guy. Because what did the lady say? What did the lady say earlier? That was on the other show. She said most of all the men, all the good men are married. They already spoken for. They already in a relationship. Most women want men that's already in a relationship.
Hey, let's read Key's comment.
And Key agree with me.
Read it.
Key said, I agree with you. I seem to attract men who are rebuilding phase. I have learned to let them go through it on their own, so they won't hurt me in the process.
So Key, I'm all with you, sister. The thought process that you have, I get what you're saying. Women, because I fell victim to a younger me who was more attracted to something that was different.
Right.
I like the little edge, I'm supposed to be in Hawaii somewhere, retired with my veteran husband, but that wasn't my flavor at that age, So you look back, and of course you can't go back and make those wrongs right.
Right.
But as you get older, I think men have recycled that same, whether they've changed or not, whether they've grown and, you know, decided, hey, I want to get out the streets, I want to rebuild myself, I want to be a better man. They're still talking about what they did in 1999.
Right.
They're still discussing this man they were in the streets in 2000. I mean, that is what our society of men have come to, where this is what they feel like women want, so they're still talking about it. And as you've gotten older, you change. Everybody change. Everybody goes through changes.
Right.
You don't want that same thing that you wanted back in 2000. It's just different. You've grown, you've gotten older, you went through experiences, life has changed for you, so you see the error of your ways. So, you know, it's just I don't feel like that's the case. I think women really do want grown, accountable men. But I do think that men are on a whole nother level. Like I said, and I mean, we're going on a whole nother topic. This needs to be the dating scene of 2025. Am I
Well, you know what? We're gonna check this out. We're gonna keep it all together. So
Shell said that wasn't true.
hold up, I'm gonna get to Shell's comment.
Yeah,
hold on 1 second. I was about to get to that too. Because you woo. But hold up though. Look, I'm a blend it in. So it's like what you was just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you are emotionally damaged, when would be a good time for you to start dating?
Never. No.
You cold, boy. You was cold. You don't need love because you're emotionally damaged, huh?
No, just true.
But when
a lot of people are though.
They are,
that's been going on for generations.
But
though.
my thing is like, okay, so like when do you start to seek love? Because it's like, let's say you do go through all of the therapy sessions and all of the counseling and all of that, and let's say, you know, even though you went through that, man, it just seemed like, you know, that's their job. Like you looking at them like, okay, this is your job. This is what you get paid for. So you're going to tell me what I'm supposed to hear or whatever. But, you know, like the only way to really know that you got them feelings in check or whatever the case may be is if you find a mate. You feel what I'm saying? Once you find a mate and you try to settle down, you know what I'm saying? If this mate is really going to be for you, you yourself are going to start to open up and try to explain to this person, you know what I'm saying, what your traumas are. You know what I'm saying? Not everything all at one time, because you know what I'm saying, you're not going to want to dump everything on that person all like that. But at the same time, you are going to start to, you know, open up and telling a person about yourself. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the most scariest part, I think, for an emotionally damaged person, because you don't want to be rejected. You don't want to be looked at different. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what keep people from dating.
But who's not really emotionally damaged? Like, do y'all?
Well, I was going.
I mean, I think.
No, go ahead. Keep Keep going.
Yeah, I think we all have something. It may not be the same, you know. Everybody's situation is different, but I think living in this world, you've had some kind of trauma, something traumatically that has happened in life that has some way hurt you or damaged you and made you the person who you are. And you said the key things: being able to address them, be accountable, talk to your partner about them if you're choosing to date, letting them know what you got going on. That way they can be a support for you too. Especially if you got a supportive partner, you know, you just got to choose wisely, you know, good luck. But seriously, like, I think we all have some kind of trauma. Seriously.
We do.
I think we all do.
We all do.
I mean, I can agree to that, because it's like nobody's life is perfect. Nobody's life has been perfect, unless you just been rich and privileged your whole entire life. But even then, you know,
as long as you can admit it, you can. If you have some type of issues going on within yourself, if you can admit that you have those issues going on, then that's a start.
Key and Key said, if you have an emotional, I mean, if you're emotionally damaged and you're holding on onto it, you shouldn't date. I agree to disagree. I agree to
So
disagree.
most people need counseling.
No, not most. I think a lot of people need counseling, to be honest. But at the same time, I think that y'all talking about mental health, somewhat,
right?
Somewhat mental health. You know what I'm saying? Emotionally damaged people. Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Counseling and all of that. It just depends on the person and how they take it. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody ain't gonna take to counseling and therapy the same way everybody else would. You know, a lot of people hate to have someone. Irvin said, "Why not, Shelly?" A lot of people don't like to have someone try to tell them, you know what I'm saying, a situation that they already think that they have a grasp of already. They just feel like that's a third party coming in telling their mate or whatever they already know. You know what I'm saying, or whatever they already should know. A lot of people don't take to therapy well. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's needed.
It is needed.
It's needed. I mean, with all of us, like, it's like,
I think you need therapy.
No, you need therapy. Mr. Risk It All.
But I think that's the thing where if we say that we need it and I also think that there are other things that can be done. It doesn't necessarily mean automatically you have to go to a therapist. You know, it's people who have community groups, churches, religious organizations that you can seek attention with. And like you said something earlier about men's groups or trying to kind of formate a circle of people who have those same morals or that same want to be better, or somebody who already is in that place, and you can kind of see that just by the way they move and the way they carry themselves within their family. So hey, find out difference, because like you said, it's a struggle for Black men to talk about these things amongst each other, because it's not looked at as the cool fella, or the player thing to do, but it is the right thing to do, especially with the things that we say we run into: unwanted pregnancies, STDs, everything that comes along with it should make it be something that is addressable.
Okay. And then so for women, you know what I'm saying? I think women that's emotionally damaged, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, if they're dating, you know what I'm saying, or before they date, I feel like they should know. I think they should address it with that person, because I tend to see that it'd be a lot more women that be emotionally damaged and traumatized from their past than it is a lot of guys.
I think it's even.
I think it's more women.
I'm gonna tell you, I think it's even because, like I say, men, we don't talk about it, and then we're not gonna go to our friends and talk about it.
Key, I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree. I totally agree, Key.
I agree with that. Go ahead, Gotti.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of men that are emotional. They're traumatized.
I mean, I think it's
because when you can't love yourself, you can't love
nobody else. Give me some.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to say, men, we go through things too, just like women.
I can't pronounce my brother's Marshall Ellis.
He says things release things to everyone because they sometimes use whatever you release against you. He's absolutely right.
That's called pillow talking.
Right. But I'm saying, like, sometimes you can't vent to everybody because they may use that against you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I hate that that's so sad, because I'm gonna be accountable and say that I have been that woman in past relationships where, I think someone may have shared something that was, vulnerable, and in a moment, you didn't think about it, how it would affect them. So we have to really be able to address that. You don't want to play with something someone has shared, and if they're being open to you, you got to let them stay open, because once you show that you're willing to use that, the door is shut, it's closed.
That's right.
Hey, yo, Key said She said most women don't seek these guys out, and nobody seems to hold the men accountable who lie to get the women. You know, that's why I had to laugh on that one. Boy. You know, sometimes like women, y'all be so quick to want to hold the men accountable for having the gift of gab. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not. Listen, she said no because she said the lie that the guys get. You said the gift of gab, because I don't look at it as a lie.
I'm with you on that. What's the gift for gab? What does that mean?
Because the gift of gab is pretty much a guy or a lady. It can go either way.
When you say the gift of gab, you let the women out there know you feeding them bullshit.
I'm not feeding nobody bullshit.
The gift for gab.
Listen, I'm not feeding nobody the bullshit. I'm just calling it like I seen it with what she said on there. You know what I'm saying? She said. No, because how can you call it a lie? He just said the right things. I ain't part of the problem. Listen, he just said the right things to get you to react the way that he wanted you to.
But you said a gift to gab.
That's what he did. He gabbed you.
But I'm just saying.
I'm not saying that it's right. I never once said it was right.
You think the guy giving her the gift to gab?
It's right? No, it's not right at all.
Emotional damage.
Hell yeah.
There you go. If
a guy can't keep it real, now listen. Now I'm just gonna be all the way honest. If a guy can't keep it real, then hell yeah, he's emotionally damaged. Of course. But I'm just saying that if a guy just got a slick tongue and he could just talk to you like that,
he said the gift of gab was manipulated.
It is manipulated. That's how he got you to do whatever he wanted you to do. He's manipulated. You know what I'm saying? It's a gab.
Are you manipulated?
Hell no, because I'm up front. I'm up front. You know what I'm saying? The man is emotionally exactly. I said that the
emotionally damaged people. Emotionally damaged people filter experiences through their pain, often noticing only the parts that reinforce their victim narrative while ignoring their own harmful behavior. This filtering skews their perception of reality and makes it difficult for them to take accountability for their actions. They may project their insecurities, flaws, and mistakes onto others, deflecting blame to avoid facing their own shortcomings. They struggle with emotional blindness, which prevents them from empathizing with others. This inability to connect emotionally makes it hard for them to see how their actions hurt others. Instead of reflecting on their behavior, they often adopt a victim mentality, where they view themselves as perpetually wronged by others, regardless of the situation. Emotionally damaged people frequently exhibit defensiveness. When confronted, they justify their actions rather than acknowledge the harm they've caused. They may also engage in blame shifting, focusing on others' mistakes to divert attention from their own.
Well, with that being said,
Urban says, Keith, don't miss out on getting a good man because he's married. This is the thought process that we're talking about here. You know, you said earlier that there's enough men out here for women, and that's not the case. We know that right. it's really not. So that's where the whole thought process of hey, I deal with him, you know, he looking out, he a good, you know, that's the thought process there. But it's still not okay. You know, it's still not what a woman wants. You know, we definitely again have to address emotionally and be able to be in tune with one another to the point where we're open about these things and keeping it real with each other. Nobody wants to do with the gift for gab no more. You know, if you 40 some years old, you're not looking for the fella that got the gift for gab. You're not looking for the guy
absolutely.
You know,
but
you're not.
Okay, let me ask you. See, I like to make it fun. Listen, me, I like to make it fun. That's why I say the shit that I'll be saying. But listen, Key had just said something to me. Can you go back to that comment real quick? Okay, she said you call it a gifted gab, but you have an answer for everything you do. That's why manipulators fall on hard times more than others. Listen, absolutely, I do not disagree with that. But what I'm saying is this, you know, like a lot of people like to call a lot of people like to call uh, slick talkers liars. And some of the times that, I mean, just being realistically, that's not even what it is. You got to think about what a person's intention is. You know what I'm saying? And if a person is emotionally damaged, but he's a slick talker, you know what I'm saying? He just talked you into your, you know what I'm saying? He just talked you right out your panties and you fell for it. That's all he did. And that's what he's looking for, sex. And you fell for what he was saying. That's all I'm saying. So when a person has a gift of gab, they can do that. They can talk you out of anything. It ain't got to just be sex. It can be anything. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what that type of person is. And yes, they are emotionally damaged because they don't know how to be upfront. They don't know how to be real. They feel like they have to manipulate a situation in order for them to get what they want out of it instead of just being real. So I totally understand what a person of gifted gab is. You know what I'm saying?
Shell just made a good point.
What did Shell say?
Yeah, trying to see if
What did
she said. She said, I think there are plenty of men. Okay, there it is. She said, I think there are plenty of men out here. She said sometimes women overlook a guy or our standards are high. And that's true. Like a lot of women nowadays have high standards. They say they don't, but they do. That's why I say they all look at the same man.
Key, it's not. Hold on. I'm sorry. Key, it's not being slick, right or wrong. It's just is just looking at it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like we said, if we're talking about emotionally damaged people, you know what I'm saying? They're doing whatever they can. They're going to do whatever they can do or say whatever they can say to have their way. And a lot of people that's emotionally damaged are great actors. You know what I'm saying? Because they're putting on a performance to get what they want, right or wrong. So
yeah.
so emotional. Hey, Denise, how you doing, sweetie? We on here tonight, emotionally damaged people. You know what I'm saying? Six out of 10 gonna go. Gonna go what?
What
I'm
that mean?
lost.
What that mean, Urban? 6 out of 10 gonna go.
Yeah, I'm lost, bro. My bad. I'm lost.
Yeah, we want to know, but I think still, um, we're going to we're gonna have to understand that again, I'm finna be I'm 46 now, 47
Okay.
years old. So I think most black women at this point have gotten at a standstill with, attempting to meet a man that has addressed those emotional insecurities, those traumas.
Mhm.
Majority of the men that I have met have not addressed it, don't see them as problems, um, or they know it is an issue for them that they battle with, but they just choose to deal with it their own ways with substance abuse or, meeting up with somebody or some other type of drug. It's something else that they're using to cope with it. So I think we as
So
women
when
have
you
got just tired,
go ahead, I'm
right?
sorry. So
I was just saying, I just think
okay, so
women
it's
have
like
got.
when women,
I'm listening. Go ahead.
okay, so when women are emotionally damaged, right? What type of things do they do to um or what type of things should they do to try to recover from their trauma?
Um, Again, address it. Know that it's a problem. Um, Take a step back. I'm kind of with Key. Sometimes the damage is so real that maybe you need to take a step back from being with someone and just kind of analyze and address yourself. Therapy, can always be a help. I've gone to therapy.
Mhm.
I've had things that have happened. I've had things that happen over my lifetime that I needed somebody else to decipher through and, help me understand what I could do to be able to cope with it, or what exercises I can put in my mind daily to not allow those to be things that consume me. Does it work all the time? No. I think you have to also be grown enough to want to do better. So you have to be able to kind of um, take yourself in a place where, hey, I can be good with this. I don't have to put myself out there. So I think therapy, things like that, women should always be open and readily available to seek the help that's gonna help them, stuff that's gonna help them. Keith said, with
Wow.
our Black community being the most disfranchised, dysfunctional, with single households, we have men still playing games in their 50s. They are part of the problem. Amen, sister
Lord
girl.
have
I
mercy.
wish I could high five you through the phone. I'm doing it now.
And
Yo,
Shell said, Denise said, hurt people. And Shell said she have gone to therapy as well.
you,
Oh,
you,
there it is.
it's like, as a man, because like a lot of men don't like going to therapy. I think we just go to therapy to just, you know what I'm saying, make the woman feel satisfied because that's what they want to do. But I think a lot of the reasons why we don't want to go to therapy because I don't think it's the stubbornness of it. I just think that sometimes we feel like I don't need nobody else. Again, I don't need nobody else to let you know what we already know. But I hear that it's better to have that person, the therapist or the counselor or whatever. It's always better to have them there because they're a person not knowing the situation and they're supposed to talk it out. Like,
Or you talk to somebody that may have gone through the same type of trauma you went through. Maybe y'all may have some, something, in common that.
What's up, Miss Harvey?
Maybe that person got over it, and they can give you some advice how you can get over it.
Right, absolutely. I think it can go like that, but I don't know. I mean, maybe I should have went to marriage therapy when I was married. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a lot of shit would have turned out different for me, but I don't know. I just felt
How
like
old are you now? How old are you now?
me. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm 29.
Okay, so so however you
No,
old you are.
I'm 42. I'm 42.
Okay. So when you look back, because I was married before too. And no, I
Right.
don't really think that relationship could have been salvaged, but there have been moments in life that I look back and I'm like, dang, if I could have done that at this age, I definitely would have looked at things differently. I definitely would have handled certain situations a little bit better. So you just get older and you know better. It's just, again, back to what Keith said. It's or was that Shell? Whoever said that these men nowadays, they're not set in that mindset. They still want to be 29 at 54. They still want to be the player at 52. They still don't want to commit
Right.
and be with one, be in a situation with someone and be upfront. That's just not the norm nowadays. It's just not there.
Okay, how you doing, Nutella? Nutella said, I think people need
Hey,
to go to therapy.
Natalia.
Oh,
I'm
Natalia.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. How you doing, Natalia? I pronounced that wrong. She said, I think people need to go to therapy before and during dating. Shell. What Shell would say? Shell said, you still can go to therapy for this.
Yeah, and Talia made a great point because everybody goes through everything. I mean, they're going through stuff every day. So therapy is not just, hey, let's talk about trauma. It could be just, dealing with everyday life to life situations, losing a loved one, trying to deal with disabilities you may have or your child. It could be a lot of reasons why you choose to seek some other type of attention. And it's not necessarily going to cure it, but it just gives you some of the tools you may need to cope. So it's not that, it shouldn't be this bad stigma in our community. It shouldn't be, because we are suffering with this every day. You see people walking around and that mental health is like written on their forehead. You know that it's like, dang, you want to talk to them. You may not be able to give them all the advice in the world, but it's evident, and we seeing more and more of it now. Just the world we living in, y'all.
That's because, especially with younger people, when they get like 40, 50 something, they gonna have it bad because some of them, they had ADHD or something like that. They was taking that medication as kids, and they got addicted to like different drugs when they got older. So that's gonna cause some type of mental issues. Certain type of drugs that people use cause mental issues. Like I can't. What's the name of the medicine? Ritalin or whatever.
Ritalin.
What I do you pronounce it?
Ritalin.
All this medicine right there. Later on in life, when it comes to kids,
It's a dependent.
not everybody,
They
but
need it.
I've seen so many guys like in their 30s right now, kind of messed up right now in the head because they was on that medication.
Because they was on Ritalin. Like, listen, a lot of these black women today, I think that they are really, really emotionally damaged because, like I said, when you put your kids on now some of these kids need to be on, some of them type of ADHD drugs or whatever. But I think that y'all don't, well, I'm not gonna say all, but a lot of women don't do their research on them pills because, like, personally, my kids' mothers tried to put my kids on them pills. And I said, man, hell no. Because why? When I did the research on them pills, man, that shit becomes a dependent after a couple of years. Right. You know what I'm saying? On them pills. And I'm like, man, you crazy as hell if you're going to let my kid, like, listen, we're not going to force my kid to be an adult before he's an adult. They're going to have a childhood. So I don't expect my kid to be 21 at 5 years old. There is no ADHD at 5 years old. A kid is supposed to be jumping around, moving around, or whatever. I think they do that shit for them checks.
Get some guys in the military that was on that stuff.
Yeah, but if you older and you get it together, then that's something totally different.
Well, I think that goes back to again, because I myself have my son, when he was in school, elementary school, I remember the teachers kind of giving me, telling me things about him in class. He was never a behavior issue. It was just things that he was not able to just focus. And as time, I was that same person you were. I was like, nah, hell nah, this white lady ain't finna put my kid on medicine. I was against it. I was like, no. So I put my son in karate. I was thinking of other things I could do that may be teaching discipline, things that could help him with, just being able to stay focused, because that's what, karate is about. It's supposed to have those attributes. And then I myself started seeing certain things that let me know, hey, his learning is different from mine. His attention is different from mine. And that's where the educating yourself and doing research on things, looking at medicines. There's Ritalins, there's other kind of medications that are out there that you can look into. For example, I personally went years without doing it. Almost kind of feel like I may have gave some type of disjustice to my child because it was more of a me thing and not a him thing, honestly. And then I did find a medication. It was called Focalin at the time, and it was like one of those low dosage type medicines, because again, I researched it. It was one of those medications that, hey, he took it in the morning and it helped him grades, everything made a difference. I saw the difference. During the summer, I give it to him because, it again, my kid wasn't a behavior issue. It was more of his attention span. I could tell him to do something and he would turn and forget it. And that's not the norm. So I see in the industry that I work in, people every day, and they're fighting our country now. And I can tell that there are things like, are you going to remember, this when it comes down to you maybe going to war, because that attention is not there. And so I'm not saying medicine is always the cure, but I do feel like have to again address those issues and research and do more, see things that we can do, because no, it's not normal for my child to be all over the place, wiggle wiggle.
Right.
I was actually a life coach for a DFACS program, and I dealt with kids who dealt with trauma and also had other disabilities, and those were ADHD. Those were different things that these kids had to deal with and battle with. And I saw them as young adults battle with those things because nobody wanted to talk about it. Nobody wanted to
Address it.
address them.
Right.
People said,
Right.
"Hey, this is just my kid. I was a bad kid. Yeah, you had ADHD or something going on with your ass too."
Right.
It just, our parents just came from a mindset of, hey, we don't do. But again, this go back to, if we know better, we do better. If we have the tools out there, research and look for it. Because
Absolutely.
again, it's doing our kids a disjustice when they become adults and when they get out there and they're trying to work in the workforce,
Right.
and
And they
they
don't.
can't have the attention of, they can't even focus at work. They need it.
Right.
So I look at it a little different.
My thing is, it's
Let me
like,
say this to Miss Harvey. I work with kids also. You're absolutely right. Kids are different, but I'm speaking on like certain people that was on that medication or whatever. When they got older, they started doing other things. Not all. It's some kids that was ADHD. They're doing awesome right now.
mhm.
I'm talking about got great jobs and everything. Got married, got kids and all that. But like I said, some kids that was on that medicine when it was early in their life, they tend on smoking weed. They got into other stuff and it screwed them up.
I'm saying it to a sense to where, like, like, I'm not disagreeing with you saying, Miss Early, about the
But I mean, Ms. Early, she was absolutely
about the
right.
medicine. I'm not disagreeing with you about that. The reason why I took my kid off of it was because, like, I didn't think that my kid needed that shit every single day. You feel what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
it's like you like with the medicine, like it does come with side effects, right? And you look at your kid's appetite, you watching your child's weight go up and down, fluctuating. You know what I'm saying? It gives them headaches, it makes their stomach hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, they go through different things with it. So it's like when you got your child going through that, you know what I'm saying? Like, my parents was on that discipline system. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When you act, you get your ass tore up. You feel what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's why, I'm
And I ain't
so
saying that's a
used.
bad system. I ain't saying that's a bad system.
Nah, hell no, because you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, it kept me out of trouble. You feel what I'm saying? And it kept me right. But I do understand, like, you know what I'm saying, 2 or 3 days out the week, you know what I'm saying, for attention spans or whatever the case may be. I understand that the kid have to go to school and they have to learn and get their education. So I totally agree when we're using it for, you know what I'm saying, the purposes that it's used for. But like I said, man, when you got
Yeah.
these kids taking these pills every single day for day, and you gotta look at that bottle when it, on that description, not on the bottle, but on the paper itself. When you get your prescription from the pharmacy,
Yeah.
read that paper, and it tells you that those drugs becomes a dependent. You don't want your kid to have to depend on that medicine for the rest of
But
their life.
I think that's where again, we're kind of still doing somewhat of a disjustice, because it doesn't have to lead to that, because if we do our research on these meds, and it has to be a trial and error thing, like nothing's gonna work overnight. So it's not like you're gonna get the first medicine and you're gonna be like, okay, this is the
Absolutely.
perfect one.
Right.
It may be that, unfortunately the child
It's
may
the
have
right
to
thing.
go through
Right.
some discomfort to be able to find what is going to work well with them, what is not going to take their meds, their appetite away from them, what can be a low dose.
But what if the meds are
Exactly. And it's only the only way you're gonna know it is if they actually try it. It's when you kind of put them on something and you just like, hey, we stuck, that's what it is. that's different. But
Mhm.
when you know that there's an issue, when you know that there's a focus problem, and we know as adults, this is like, we see those kids even now in those 20s and 30s, like you pull up to them at the drive and you like, what are
I'm
you
not
saying?
young.
Or you know
I'm
what I mean?
sorry.
You already know. And it was because somebody just didn't want to get some type of assistance or to address it. They just looked over it or
Right.
said it is what it is. And not only that, it's we have educators who want to get out of this field because parents aren't being accountable and addressing it. We have kids that are disrupting the classrooms for kids who want to learn and are there on their
Right.
meds or not. So it's still it's kind of one of those things where it's like we're not doing the right thing for our kid at the end of the day. It's more of a me thing. That's what it was for me. It was more of a she not
It
gonna
was
tell
for
me
me too.
she's not
It
gonna
was for
tell
me
me
too.
what to do for my
Yeah.
kid. I'm gonna put them in karate. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do
Yeah.
something else. But
Right.
sometimes you just have to face it. We're in different
Right.
times. What we went through, I'm 46, so what my parents did, we know better. We see a
Right.
difference. We see a
Right.
difference
That's why we move different on how we do with our kids. Key, I was not saying whoop the hell out your kids to make them kids act right. That. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is this because, like I said, growing up, like my parents them didn't put us on no you know, on no medicines or nothing like
Hey,
that. You
Chelsea.
feel me? Like they didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like my parents them like my mother she had 4 boys in the house. She was the only woman in the house. You know what I'm saying? So discipline was her structure. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what she got us on, and that's what kept us straight, kept us all out of trouble, kept us all on that straight and narrow. But it was some of the things that my parents did growing up to discipline us that I didn't feel suitable, that I didn't things that I wouldn't do to my kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I didn't growing up. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't. And one of the things that my parents didn't do to us that I feel strongly about not doing to my kids is putting them on those type of medicines that can actually become a dependent to them. Because, like you said, in the long run, yeah, it may help them. But in the long run, it may not help them because, like you said, every child is different. Like he said, and like Shelly said, every child is different and unique. So we don't know what these drugs would do to a child long term. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and and they got them taking them at a rapid race, like every single day.
Yeah.
It like there's no skipping in between. So like I said, so if the child is already chemically imbalanced, how much more chemically imbalanced they going to be with those medicines? You know what I'm saying? Taking over. You see what I'm saying?
when
Like so.
when not taken, I guess, responsibly, I guess you could say, when not addressing what side effects are really negatively impacting your child's day. Of course, we don't want the kid that is going to be sick and walking around looking malnourished, and
Right.
again, that's where you go to your doctor and you say, hey, this is not and that's what
Right.
I did. Hey, this is not working. I don't want my son. And I told them off top, I said, I don't want my son looking like a zombie. I
Yeah.
want him to still be the same kid that I
Right.
know. And, that was a let's work and see. So it's kind of setting the expectation so your healthcare provider can give you the right tools and give you the right meds. And
Right.
as they get older, haven't had worked with kids in DFACS care, they got older. I dealt with young men and women that were 18 to age 21 because the state gave a program where it kind of allowed these kids to live independently. They had their own apartments, things like that. So I got to see day to day how these kids from DFACS and foster care, how they transition to adulthood, and now they don't have someone saying, here go your meds, take them. Now they got a medicine cabinet with their meds and they tell themselves to
Nate,
take it, right?
take them. Right.
And you're right. I saw the plummet of now their anxiety is up. Now decision making is hard because they lacked that from the beginning. And that
Right.
med gave them some type of balance that they didn't have. And as soon as they transitioned to adulthood and they didn't have it, that same behavior appeared again. DP, what's up? He
That,
said, "What can a child learn sitting in class like a zombie?" True. That's the main thing. That's what you don't want your kid to be, just zombied out. Like that's
that's
where.
what those medicines can. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because listen, they can do that to a child. Like, like one of the most heartbreakingest things is to have your child call you and tell you. Like, I had two of my kids call me and tell me that these medicines just had them feeling weird. And it's crazy that they call you and tell you that, and it's like their friends are telling them that they acting weird or they seem different. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to like if we're thinking about the kids, like we have to really think about the kids and what disservice that these medicines are doing to them at a time. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes like kids go through phases where they're just in that phase that act out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I just don't understand. Like, like it's it's touchy. It's a
It
very
is.
touchy
I can
situation.
tell. I can tell,
It,
and
it,
that's
it
why.
is. You know what I'm saying?
And
It's very touchy with me because, like I said, two of my boys both then called me. And that's why I feel so strongly about it because they knew how they felt on it, and they just didn't feel right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, their feeling of how they felt just didn't feel right. It ain't nothing I can do because that shit is in their system. You know what I'm saying? And they and
no,
and it's
or that's where y'all have those uncomfortable, I guess, conversations. And I said earlier when I talked to you guys, my son's father passed away last year. That was my best friend, and we weren't,
sorry for
romantically
your loss.
involved. We were just dope. We worked as co-parents, so we had conversations. He didn't feel the medicine at all. Don't put my son on medicine. And then
Right.
there was a moment where he saw something, and he was like, you know what, he might need it, and that's where
Mhm.
you had those conversations with one another, and that's where y'all go to the doctor together, so that way you can voice your opinion. Because not saying mom is doing anything wrong, but mom may not be voicing the same type feelings you're having about what the effects are. So that's where y'all both play that role, because it's very important that we raise productive children. We want our children to grow older and be productive and be responsible, and their mental health is very important for that to work. Me said, "Hey y'all, what's the talk?" We done went
Well,
all
that's
over
neat.
different talks.
Oh, yeah.
Needs to be all over the place, baby. You know how we do on Big Cat. We can't just stay on one time.
Right.
We be flying all over the place. She say medicines or no medicines, our children need a plan of action when things are different for them. Trauma can start as a kid and carry on into adulthood. You absolutely right, Key.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't disagree, and we do need a plan of action for these kids because they can't defend themselves when we're supposed to be the ones that's looking out for them and their best interest at heart. You know what I'm
But
saying?
but
So
but y'all know I have seen like there are successful like kids that have been on medicine. They grew up to be
oh
productive,
yeah, very successful.
adults.
Yeah, yeah. But you want to
when you let when they let other drugs mix
mix in
in
with
with
it.
it,
Okay.
that's when it tends to
Yeah.
take them, have some type of mental issue.
But why is it so easily influenced on kids to try other other drugs when they're taking prescribed
See,
medicines?
you
Oh,
got
it's
a
a
great
peer
point.
thing. Everybody want to try something. I remember not ever smoking weed in high school or doing any drug, nothing. In high school, I didn't even drink. And it took for
Right.
me to become an adult, and that was just a curiosity thing. So I think all these kids at some point are going to experiment, whether it's weed, whether it's something else. Hopefully, I don't know what lines they're across. Pill pop and all that stuff is
Right.
popular these days. So I just think it's a curiosity thing, whether they're able to not be the person who kind of fall prey to the addiction, where it just kind of leads their life. That's the thing we just can pray about. DP said, when I was in school, they had a separate class called LD, and they learned without. That's true,
Yeah,
DP. Now you, DP, you said something there. But that was a stigma too, because you know what? I remember some of those kids that were in those classes and older now, and they are productive, successful people in life. They're doing better than
Thanks,
some
Shelly.
people that I know that weren't in those classes. Real talk.
Right. Hey, you know what? Honestly speaking, I can say this. A lot of them people that was in them classes is doing damn good
Damn
nowadays.
good.
I cannot front, yo. They doing great. You
I
hear
know
me?
a couple that own businesses. They work.
Oh,
I
that's
mean, they're in
what I'm saying
professions
now.
that they are doing big things. So shout out
They
to
doing
the
good.
special classes back then.
The special class people, y'all was. They thought y'all was
What's up,
special. Y'all,
Stan?
what's going on?
Thanks
What's
for
going
tuning in,
on?
Stan. Thank you, Stan, for tuning in. I appreciate you.
For real, yo, Shelly, we did not forget your comment. We heard you. You know, if you try to change a kid's diet and all of that before putting them on meds, hopefully that would work. But
in
still,
some cases they do.
yeah, I mean, in some cases it do, but at the same time, though, I think the effect is still going to be the effect. Use it like I think those medicines be so strong. Like kids don't need them. They diet need to be good though too, but you gotta think a lot of kids nowadays are being allergic to a lot of shit.
But you know, the diet, that's the discipline part. You know,
No. Look,
it's like when you go to the doctor tell you, well, you need to stop eating so much greasy food or whatever.
So what you saying about fat?
I'm just saying, like,
I mean, you calling me fat though.
No, I'm not calling you fat.
Okay.
I'm just saying you have to be disciplined. When I go see my doctor, he might tell me, well, you know, you need to slow down this. I might put you on cholesterol.
Right.
Slow down.
Right.
If you don't want to be on that medicine, I'll be like, all right, doc. For maybe 2-3 weeks, I'm eating salad, you know, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
Third, like, 4th week kick in, I need some chicken.
You go to Burger King, get that chicken sandwich with that.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta say that comes with, you know, with the medicine with the kids, you know, they cannot be on it if they get a particular diet.
True.
But you have to be disciplined with that diet.
I mean, all jokes aside, I mean, I do feel what you're saying on that. Absolutely.
Exactly. Discipline is key. We can go back to the emotionally challenged people. Discipline is probably something that they lack.
Struggle with, yeah. I could.
What's good, Georgia?
You know what? I feel like. Wait a minute. He said some parents will disagree with meds for school purposes, but will give their kids
the
melatonin?
Go to sleep so they can go to the sleep. You said something. You said something, Keith. Yeah.
Hey, you know something? Honest to goodness, y'all may call me crazy. I'm 42 years old, right? I just learned what melatonin was probably maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I've never known what melatonin was ever.
I'm about to tell y'all a joke about the melatonin.
What?
Yo went over to a girl's house and she said, well, yeah, I'm about to get these kids this melatonin. You come over here. They should be sleeping about 30 minutes.
Man, it's crazy because like with that melatonin, like I never knew what that shit was. And I remember like when I was a teenager, man, we used to go over to this one girl's house and me and my cousins, right? And I swear to God, we on the back patio, right? We on the back patio and her dad is a slide glass door away from us on the couch.
Right.
Man, they done fed this man so much goddamn on melatonin because like this man we having a full-blown party out here on this patio. He just all you gotta do is open up the slide door and we caught, man, they done fed this man so much melatonin in his food and in his drink. And I was like, damn, man.
You sure that was melatonin? You sure
man, I'm telling you.
They trying to drug the man for real.
Man, they drugged the shit out this man. You hear me? We kicked it all night. I swear to God, it was crazy, yo. It was, but I never knew what that shit was, though. I never knew what it was. Everybody kept talking about it, but I never knew what it was. What? What she say?
Keep it. I can't see it.
Wait, let me.
I thought you said heel for legs. Not never to say
heel hit it then the head. They gave his kids melatonin so they could get sex but disagree with school meds.
You see, I mean, it's like you can't win. It's a no-win situation. You know what I mean? Like, and I guess they feel like because melatonin is something you can get over the counter, like you don't have to get necessarily a prescription for. It's safe. But every drug that we take, whether it's aspirin, Tylenol, Advil, all of these have long-lasting effects when abused or when taken for long periods of time. So it's not one med that we have out here that is not going to have some type of long-term effect on us if we're taking it daily.
Right. I agree. I agree. I definitely agree with that.
They keep them kids on the melatonin.
They keep them babies on the melatonin. And they think because it's a gummy. They think because it's a gummy, these little babies be tearing them motherfuckers.
Mom be what? DP said when they took discipline out the home, kids ain't scared of nobody, and that's the truth. Like it's no.
Hey, say it again.
That's right.
Say it again, man. Listen, man. I swear to God, AD, man, you may think I'm lying, man. I swear to God, bro. Man, I had a 1.5-year-old baby pull a butter knife on me, straight put a butter knife on me and let me know what it was right then and there. And I had to, and I had to defend myself. Listen, now, I may have caught that DV, but it was well worth it because you ain't gonna butter knife me to death. I'm telling you.
So what did the mom say when he did it?
Nothing. She just, you know what I'm saying? She just watching. Hey, obviously the baby done pulled one on her too.
And that's what his trained behavior just continue to go on and on and on, and then he gonna be pulling out switchblades soon. It's sad, it's a cycle of.
I was just joking. She wants to go the 1.5-year-old, man.
I done made him a mass murderer in 1980. You were joking.
I'm just joking, yo. Listen, wait a minute. Key said off topic.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, God, wait a minute. She about to get all the 1.5-year-olds a bad name.
I'm just saying.
I said you gotta teach the class.
And a gift of gab? No, I ain't gonna do all that.
That's
I can't
the
do
gift
that.
of gab he got, y'all. He got the gift of gab.
Hey, you is funny. Hey, it's funny, yo. Straight up.
What did Key say? Key said something off topic. Can you come in my life coaching classes for your gift of gab? Okay. I think you'd be good at that now.
Man, listen, I just like to be funny. I like to.
He's good at everything.
Hey, man, I just like to keep people smiling. That's all it is.
Hey, listen, he will risk it.
No, I won't.
I know. Look, he. We need characters. You know what I mean? I can tell.
Gotti is crazy. Nah, listen, man. Like I said,
you know
I
what? Real talk. I kind of agree with you when you said that. Like a gift of gab is a gift. I have a gift for gab. I've been in sales. My background in finances, all of that had something to do with having a ability to talk to people and build relationships. So
that's exactly what it is. It's just being able to communicate with people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't do that. And I think, I
think we lost Mills.
I think hopefully she'll pop back in real quick. But yeah, to piggyback off what she was saying, that's all it is. It ain't about lying to nobody, nothing like that. It's just more or less being about being able to relate to people, making somebody feel comfortable with you, and like you said, like like you said, like you used to be in sales. Like I used to work at a clothing store back home, DTLR, and I used to be able to sell anything, man. Like, but me, I love fashion anyway. So, to be able to have people come in that don't know you, that are complete strangers, you know what I'm saying? And they come in to buy an outfit but they done bought an outfit and made a friend, or you know what I'm saying, met someone that anytime they come shopping and you in there, you know that you got a sale going on or whatever, or they know that they about to come in and get the most great service, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be. So I don't look at having the gift of gab as being the bad thing. You know what I'm saying? I just thank God that I'm able to talk to people and have people be comfortable enough to be able to talk back to me. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
And be able to gabble. I got you.
right.
Yeah.
So by you having a gift of gab, that means that you can. Do you consider?
My boy Trav, hey baby. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he said auntie. Yeah. So by having the gift, by you important, so he got the gift of gab, you got it also. Do y'all think?
Absolutely, Key. I'm just reading the comment.
When y'all in a relationship with somebody,
Mo, you stupid.
do y'all think? I don't even want to say it.
Say it, man. You already about to laugh your eye out. Go ahead.
Go ahead. We want to know.
Miller said she's the gift of gab, you the gift of gab.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna ask you first.
What?
So all the women you talk to, do you use that gift of gab? Do you trick them out of something? Do you trick them out the draws?
See, that's when you go to the gab, you thinking that the gab is in a negative light. It doesn't necessarily have to go to a negative light.
He said maybe with you. Listen, man. When I found out that I was able. No, listen. I'm gonna be honest. You know, like when I first found out that I had the ability, or that I wasn't shy. I'm not gonna say the ability to talk to women. I'm gonna say when I found out that I wasn't afraid to talk to women, it was on. Like it was just like talking to one of the homies, but I knew that I could say something more clever, or like something a little bit more edgier, or something a little bit more sexier. And like when I used to say
used it for bad. I'm with you. It's
Listen. I said when I was younger. So
okay.
So like, you know what I'm saying? Like you do experiment with it. You know what I'm saying? So like I did that. I can't lie. Like I did that. I definitely experimented with it. And when I was younger, like it showed me it, because like when you watch a lot of these older movies like the Mac, you know what I'm saying, Dolomite, things like that, you know what I'm saying, those movies, like them guys, even though that they were pimps or whatever, like they were smooth.
I'm sorry. Girl, what DP said. What DP said?
Dipping. Don't hate the play. Step your game up. You hear me, D? Hold up. Wait a minute. But
DP, bruh, nah, it doesn't have to be them levels. My gift for gab is I'm relatable. I'm very relatable. I'm able to adapt to my surroundings. So you can put me in a space with people that look like me. You can put me somewhere else, and I can still blend in and still build relationships. So again, it's all in context of how you take it. It ain't got to be about pimping. It ain't got to be taking advantage, getting nobody draws. It can really be about knowing how to build solid relationships.
Relationships, absolutely. Now, like I said, when I was younger,
let me tell you, it's a little inside joke that him and I have to get on. I'm gonna get him again. Listen. Hey, I'm get him.
No, I don't. Listen, man. Listen. Okay, so look, when I was younger, because see that now I'm getting the bad rep, man. And that's listen. I swear, y'all. Look, oh my God. Listen, that's not even the case. The case was this. Like I said, when I was younger, right? You know, back when I was younger, put it this way, dark skinned cats wasn't in. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't really in, you know what I'm saying, back in the in the early 90s and shit. It was the light skinned cats. They was taking over. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I
right.
was. I was like 10 or 11, you know what I'm saying? But you were dating a teen? Yeah. I mean, I was liking girls, you know what I'm saying? But like I said though, you know what I'm saying?
You were 7 years old.
I said 10, man. Stop it, man. Whatever. Listen. So, like I said though, like, you know, like playing on the football team and you seeing cheerleaders and stuff or whatever, you know, like, you know, I started to feel myself like, you know what I'm saying? Like I started to like girls and stuff or whatever. So, but a lot of us dark skinned cats wasn't in, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, like you had to be a little witty to say something to these girls or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
well, it was like as I got older, you know what I'm saying, and us dark skinned cats ain't have to do like a lot of work to start getting the females, you know what I'm saying? You start being a little bit more craftier on how you talk to them, you know what I'm saying? And like you start
And
to
now y'all
experiment.
winning. And now y'all winning, so it's really
We
no
winning,
need
so
to do the gab.
to do that at all. So like now I'm just upfront, totally honest. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
y'all been winning since New Jack City came out.
Travis
Man, don't
said,
say
or
that.
Passport Junkie, y'all follow him. He said, I don't know what he talking about. Light skin was in. I always had my way with females. So he a dark skinned fella. So he's saying, you know, his gift for gab, it didn't matter the complexion.
You know what?
His work either way.
Bro, you know what? Is he from down here too? Is he from the South too?
He is from the South, yeah.
Okay, see then that see, brother, that's why. See, black men down here, dark skinned men down here, y'all ladies love that down here. So I understand. See, bro, I'm from up north where
Oh
in the city,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That just
You was
wasn't
in a
how it
melting
was.
pot of people, and that Spanish
There
thing
you
you
go.
had oh yeah, I get it,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, bro, like, man, we had it hard. You know what I'm saying? We had it real hard.
You know what part? They was like that once upon a time down here too now.
What's that?
Light skinned dudes was in.
Oh yeah, light skinned dudes were in everywhere. If you was a Mario Van Peebles type nigga back in the day, like you had it going on. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Am I lying though?
Now you telling the truth. I never was the woman. I always was the Omar Epps, more
I'm from Ohio, bro.
chestnut type chick. So, you know, but I also thought I was from up north in that day and age. You know what I mean? I was a Wu Tang head, Smith and Wesson.
Oh, yeah.
I that culture was me, even though I was from the South. So it just probably didn't correlate. Oh, he asked what he said. Where are you? TJ said, where are you from?
I'm from Akron, Ohio.
So
The home of LeBron. Gift the gab. Get you
a lot of things.
Oh, jobs, money, etc. At least for me, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying. Like for me, like when you like now that I'm older, you feel what I'm saying? Now that what's the topic?
we talking about everything, TJ.
Bro, we all over the place. You know what I'm saying? We was talking about emotional
Dealing
damage
with
people.
emotion, yeah.
Man, now we talking about whatever keeps the comments coming in. You know what I'm saying?
Emotionally gift for gab people who are able to manipulate. Now I'm just playing, but nah. We just kind of talking openly about whatever we got going on. It's been a good conversation, though.
It's dope, and you know what though? I'm kind of glad that I said the gift of gab because it's like a lot of the things that I say from up north. It's kind of different from being said down here, and a lot of things that y'all say down here be different from what I'm used to up north. Like y'all sayings and stuff, y'all slang is different. Our slang is different. So it is, you know, like it is fun to go back and forth, especially with Gotti because just like the other day, I told Gotti, I said, man, it's slow down here to me. No, man, what you mean it's slow? I said, because you know where I'm from, it's it's a little bit faster. This man argued me down because I said it was slower down here.
Oh, it's definitely slower. Why you arguing with that man about that? You know this shit's slow. But you know what I will look, I want to go back to the gift or gab, because just think about it like this today, and not only today, but in a couple conversations y'all have had, and you know, I've always kind of tuned in because I just support people who support me, and I think y'all have an interesting show. So I tuned in several times and listened, and I've always engaged because, you know, it's an interesting topic. And me just engaging today and you all kind of feeling where I'm coming from and understanding, it led to you being like, hey, you know, what's up? You want to be on and talk to us and discuss some stuff with us? So that was just my personality alone. You know, it allowed me to be able to network with you guys, and I appreciate it. So that is where the gift for gab is used appropriately. TJ said, and I honestly feel like nobody out the other clothes, because I honestly feel a woman knows if she's gonna sleep with you or not within the first 5 minutes of you talking to her. That's just my opinion. Oh, you don't went real to this conversation.
I mean, I agree.
Yeah, he's right about that. Yeah.
I do
Passport
too.
junkie.
Yeah, I agree with that. We missed Jerry.
Yeah, if I was born down here in the South, I probably would have it going on. You know what I'm saying? Being dark skin down here, you know what I'm saying? But unfortunately,
but you know what, Travis, I'll say that we as women, and Key, you can agree and share. Y'all tell me what y'all think about it. I think we do know this within the first 5 minutes, but within the first 15 minutes, y'all can fuck that all up. Y'all can ruin it.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
You can
hell yeah, you absolutely right. I agree. Listen.
Ruin it. Just ruin it. You be looking at 15 minutes in and you like, oh hell no, this ain't happening in life.
If I know I got the upper hand, I'm gonna be quiet.
Hey, Gotti gonna be like,
Give her 15 minutes. Just don't say nothing for 15 minutes. But no, I'm just saying for real, like, we really do know that. So he made a valid point, but I just think, you know, men will talk their way out. They talk us out of it. You know, it constant, and I have met so many. I talked about that earlier too. Men, we want to know about your past. We want to know what you've had going on, and we want to have that conversation one time. We don't want to keep having these same conversations about, you know, your life and from crime, and we don't want to keep hearing. We want to talk about what's going on in the future, what's going on in the now, you know. So I just want to put that out there again, because I think a lot of men have a hard time with letting go of the past and being the person that they are today and embracing that and being better and growing. They still stuck in 2010. It's not the move. All right, I'm sorry.
I really do feel that. I feel like life is about change. I feel like life is about progressing. I feel like, you know, as long as you moving in life and you not being stagnant, I think you're doing something with yourself. I also feel like it's no one's rush you to be who you gonna be. Who you gonna be is who you gonna be, and that's your time limit. That's your frame. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things could pass you by by moving at your pace, and you could come up on a lot of things moving at your pace. But what's that?
He said,
correct.
You're absolutely correct.
That gab be a curse instead of a gift. Women definitely know if they're giving up the cookie or if it was last. I mean, that's true, but hey, listen, it's all in how you use it, and it's what your purpose is for. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, you know, like we all grown, and I feel like when you being straight up, the gift of gab don't even come in. It don't even exist then, because it's like when you can be totally honest in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? Telling the person straight up what's what. Shit, where's the gab at?
Travis just gave us a tip for the day. What works for him is not to even talk about sex. Act like you don't want it and just buy.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what it is. Okay.
Sex shouldn't always be what everything is about. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many people can honestly say that they go out to not have sex? You know what I'm saying? Like my intentions when I go out, I don't go out to have sex. I go out to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? If sex just so happen to happen, then it happens.
But you ain't gonna turn it down, right?
Yeah, you turn it. I mean, yeah. I ain't no fiend like that. Cuz, you know what I'm saying? You gotta see. Like a lot of people don't understand. Like your body has to want that. You feel what I'm saying? Like your mind and your body you have to want that. If you want that, then you can try to have sex all day long. But when the man can't get up for the game, it's because he's not in tune. You know what I'm saying?
That's another story.
I mean, it's another, whatever. But I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you feel me, T? You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna turn it down, but at the same time, no shit. You're not gonna turn it down. But when you going out, your intention is to go out and go kick it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you want to talk shit to a couple of honeys or whatever the case may be, but shit, you ain't going out to just, man, I'm about to go give me some pussy tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you going out to go kick it, to get a couple of numbers or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
Same thing.
What do you mean?
Same thing.
What's the same thing?
If we single man, we step out, we trying to get some women.
Yeah, we trying to get some women. We trying to get some numbers. We trying to get a roster. That's what we trying to do. So you emotionally trauma.
There you go, Keith. I'm with you, Keith. They talking all around the trauma. You know, we ain't going out to get nothing, just some numbers, and then we're gonna tell the women that we really don't right now. We just
because listen,
that's not how it goes.
It's early. Listen, when you are getting dressed to go out, you feel me? Now listen, men or women, when you at home and you getting dressed to go out, you feel me? Especially as men, like we want to make sure that we smelling good. We want to make sure that our waves is popping, our dreads is right, or whatever the case may be. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't really about us being sexy when we go out. We just want to be neat and clean. Now, on a woman's aspect of it, when they go out, they want to be like y'all want to be sexy, almost fuckable without fucking. You know what I'm saying? When y'all step out in y'all gear, so it's almost like y'all giving that let's go fuck calling card on, you know what I'm saying, with what y'all got on, and it's absolutely making guys reporters be ready to spit. Hey Shelly, y'all is crazy. I don't know why y'all keep putting that on me. Listen,
hey, TJ had a good question for y'all. How y'all feel about being a step parent, asking the two guys, or just dealing with a female with kids? He needs advice.
You want me to go first?
You go first. I'll go second.
Hey, you know what? It all depends who the young lady is. I've been a stepfather before. You know, it all depends. Like sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's easy. But you know, a lot of men feel like, and I'm not trying to not encourage you to be a stepfather, but a lot of men feel like when they're taking care of somebody else's kids, they feel like the woman that they're with, they're looking at like, well, I might be her second choice. I might not be her first choice of the man to be with. So don't look at it that way, but a lot of men do look at it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of men that date women that have kids, and they feel like, well, she couldn't get the man that she wanted, so she gonna use me to be a stepdad to the kids. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
I mean, you making sense. I got.
Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, so as long as you don't look at it that way, and you know you like her a lot, you know she a good girl or whatever, and as long as the kids respect you or whatever, I don't see nothing wrong. I don't see nothing wrong with it.
I'm gonna give you some advice, bro. I man, listen, I love being a stepdad, bro. I did. Like me personally, just about every chick I ever dealt with had kids, bro. That's why I can say what I'm saying. But you know, one of my kids' moms, man, she had twin daughters, bro. I never forget this shit. Tanae and Tamia, man. She had twin daughters. And bro, like these kids made me look at life in a whole different manner, bro. Like I got a lot of kids. I got 5 boys, bro. And a lot of my kids, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't in their life to help them to like be there day for day to watch them grow up. So like the fact that I was able to be there and watch Tanae and Tamia grow up, bro. Like, man, I was in PTA, bro. I was the only dad. I was the only guy in PTA. You feel me? Doing it for my stepkids, man. Did it. I did it for my oldest son when he was going to school. But them stepkids though, bro, like they look at you different. Cause even though like they had their dad and God bless the dead to their father, but like even though that they had their dad, like bro, like it wasn't like I was trying to step in and be their dad, but they knew that they had another hand to come to, another strong hand to come to. You know what I'm saying? And I was just there. I was their avenue when their dad couldn't see where they was coming from, where their mom couldn't see where they was coming from. Like I was that in between. You feel what I'm saying? And they helped them out. You know what I'm saying? Like these girls graduated in at a prestige little school in Akron called Akron Early College, bro, with honors, my G. Just being, just being there. So,
keep giving him some advice too.
Coming from a 46-year-old woman, it depends on the needs of the ready-made family. It's all about what you can handle as a stepdad and how the woman handle herself.
Right.
Well, and then I mean, I can give you that, but I don't think he's asking about her. He's asking about him himself.
But it has to be about her also.
Hold up. I'm not saying hold up. Listen, I'm not saying it's not about her, but he's asking how should he deal with it.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is
it all depends on her.
If no, he's not asking about her. He's asking about how should he. So listen to what I'm saying. So if he's asking about how he should deal with it, I'm not saying don't look at her, but he's asking from a man's perspective, how should he deal with it? And what I'm saying to him is, bro, embrace it.
It all
I'm saying also. Is,
it all depends on like
how you treat the kids ain't gonna depend on her. If you trying to be a stepdad and be there for them kids, what she do and how you treat them kids is gonna be that's apples and oranges.
As long as he had genuine love for her.
If you got genuine love for them,
and it's big, y'all. It's definitely big because
it's then do your thing for them kids. Don't worry about what she doing because whatever she gonna do, she gonna do. If your love is for them kids and you genuinely there for them kids and your love is genuinely there for them kids, then whatever them kids need, whatever you there for them kids for, then be there for them kids. You and her gonna have your relationship regardless. But you talking about your relationship with them kids. So what I'm saying is just you and them kids, man, be there for them kids, bro. Embrace the fact that them kids are looking at you as somebody that they can say, this is my stepdad. You feel what I'm saying? Make that relationship with them kids. Whatever you and her gonna do, y'all gonna do regardless anyway.
But in order for the relationship to be good with the kids, it has to be good with her also. They have to see how he's treating their mom.
Well, obviously,
if he's respecting their mom, treating their mom right,
I get that.
They're gonna respect him.
I get that, but what I'm saying is this: obviously they have to be already in a good spot for the kids to even know him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm just taking the question as it came. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just.
So did y'all do the question he asked for the female, where he said, as a female, do you feel a man has to vibe with your kids? Y'all said that already because my phone just went all the way out.
Oh, and mine just died as well too. So I don't know, but
okay.
I don't think
TJ just said something. As a female, do you feel a man has to vibe with your kids to vibe with you? Because I'd rather females not even deal with my kids just to be there for me. I dated someone who felt like that, and it depends on, I think, the people. Like for me personally, because I'm in tune with my children, my daughter's in school, and she's of that age. She's very much a part of my life every day. So for me to have somebody in my life to say, hey, we got to do things separate, it isn't conducive to my lifestyle. I respect his thought process. Like, hey, my kids don't need a mama. You don't got to be in their life. But because of where I am, I'm the mom, I'm raising the children, they're in the household with me. It just looks different for me. So it's very much important for me.
Right. He had a couple of questions. Are you planning to
Planning
marry
on
her?
marry her. And he said your kids are part of you and her kids are part of her. The kids will love you for loving their mom and the same for you. So I mean it goes hand in hand. It go. DP say if she chooses to be with you, if she chooses to be with you, she's you. She know you're a good man, and she's going to be active in and you're going to be active in the kid's life. Keep being you because it's you who she chooses. It's special, man, because a lot of women don't choose anything to be around their kids.
For
They don't
sure.
just choose anything around their kids, and that's what I'm saying. So if she already got you to the point to where she don't let you be around her kids, it's already a good thing going on between y'all. That's why I
Or
was saying that so if your intentions is good for the kids and you genuine about really wanting to be a stepdad, then that's why I'm saying embrace that because it ain't nothing like to have a child when they turn 18, graduate from high school, and they can turn around and look at you and you ain't their dad. But guess what, though? You had a big ass part or you had a big ass influence on why they finished school or why they about to go to college. You know what I'm saying? Or why they stuck on the path that they stuck on. Because I'm telling you, man, like when I seen them girls graduate from school, like it was so gratifying for me because it was like, yo, I think about when I was there at the talent shows. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of
yeah,
things that people take for granted because, like, like I had a big falling out with their grandparent, you know what I'm saying, with their granddad. But it's like, you know what I'm saying, when I can sit back and think, like, dude, you wasn't at them PTA meetings. You didn't come up there for those, you know what I'm saying, walk your child to school days and things like that. You know what I'm saying? As a stepdad, bro, when them kids can look back and say thank you for those type of things, bro,
yeah,
that
that
shit
you
meant
were a
shit
part
to
of those
me.
milestones. That's big. Yeah,
Hell yeah. You know
it
what I'm saying?
is.
So those mean the world to me. So that's why I can speak on that because I've done that. You know what I'm saying? I've been recognized by different schools that I've took my step kids to. You know what I'm saying? Not just my kids myself, but my step kids. And I've been recognized as a great parent, bro, just for being there. Being there at the award assemblies for them getting honor roll, merit roll, perfect attendance and things like that. Them kids don't forget shit like that, man.
But
You know what
just
I'm saying?
because,
So
but I do believe that what you're saying is good as well as continuing that role because relationships sometimes don't last forever. We know everything good, don't last forever sometimes, and you have been an influence, so it needs to be a continuous. And rest in peace, Mario, one of the best men I know in this world. He's not here today, but he was an example of what that was. He played the role of, hey, I got a son with you, and her dad ain't doing the right thing. Well, bet, hey, she coming with us. And in his death, my daughter stood up at his funeral and cried like he was her father, and let everybody in that audience know that, hey, we weren't blood, but he was like a father to me. He played a role
absolutely,
that will forever stick with me. Even when
absolutely,
people didn't want to acknowledge it, she still made a point of letting it be known, like, hey, this was a father to me. And she has
yeah,
so many more milestones that he's not going to be
absolutely.
able to be a part of, but she made a point of saying that I'm going to continue on accomplishing all those goals that I've talked to you about, just to make you proud of me. So that's big. It just has to be a continuous thing. We can't just be there in these kids' life today, and then if me and
And
mom don't make it, hey, boom, I'm gone too, because they need these roles. They need these relationships, and it's important.
no, this is actually real. Like one of my baby moms, her name is Sharice Henderson, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And she can, you know what I'm saying, she can vouch for that. I got 2 kids with this woman, man, and she had 3 when I came into the picture. You feel me? And all of this is facts. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you can,
She said, "Is
holler
it
at her.
real or is it a gabber?"
Hey, holler at her and see if this is Gab or not. Baby mom, you might have your inbox blown up, but hey, listen, they gonna ask you. Let today and to me an answer for them. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, listen, those are days that I wouldn't trade in for the world, man. I remember sitting up there in the front row watching watching Tanae and Tamia do this song. And when they was done, like I think this was the most embarrassing thing that they ever had happen to them because I went all out, acting a fool. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, listen, we sit back and we talk about those things when when I see them girls, and it like I said, it's just a gratifying moment for me because I was there. I seen it, I lived it, I witnessed it. I was a step parent, you know what I'm saying? And them girls know that still to this day, they can call me for anything. And I'm gonna be there, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And
I
Trav,
never
you
took
need
my
to be there. Trav, you need to be there. Don't ever, if you're in a relationship with a woman and she wants you to be involved in her children's life and she feels like you're a good role for that, don't run from it unless you just don't want the relationship. Then you go
right.
and
But if you gonna be there though, bro, if you gonna be there, man, embrace that shit because I'm telling you, 5, 10 years down the line, when they come to you thanking you for certain things, hey man, like it's so much stuff I can tell you about being a stepdad, bro. Like shit that I done went through, man. Like I could tell you some stuff, bro. Just embrace it, man. Cause at the end of the day, bro, ain't nothing else gonna be more satisfying is to know that you had a part in playing a positive role in the kid's life, and especially when they turn out to do well for themselves, and you look at that
and
shit.
I mean, I'm cutting you off. I'm sorry.
Oh, you good? You good? I was having
I
a
just want
moment.
to say this.
You
I just wanted to say too. I met a older guy, and he was trying to settle his affairs. He was older. He had kids, and the only people that were there for him when he had these health conditions and things that were going on in his latter part of life and living were his stepchildren. And he made a point of saying that, like, I got 3, 4 other kids that are biologically there that I've been there for. I birthed, they got my blood, but these 2 children that I raised like my own, they are the ones who came and took me to dialysis. These are the people who made sure I ate. These are the people who come and clean the house up for me. So, don't miss out on your blessings. These kids sometimes are bigger than what we know right now.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much. Thank you. We got some more stars.
We got some more stars.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Man, for sure.
Yeah, but being a stepfather, like I said about being genuine to them kids. And
for sure.
you love them kids as they're yours. You looking at them. You don't look at them as their step kids. You look at them, those kids like they're actually yours. I don't believe in saying if I'm with somebody and they have kids, I don't believe in saying stepdad. I'm their stepdad.
You know what?
I don't believe in that. Hey, look,
I let the kids decide that.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna play whatever they want to call me or whatever.
I let the kid decide that because I'm not gonna force that on some kids that's not mine. T, man, let me tell you something. TJ, man, let me tell you something, man. I'm reading that comment, man. Everything don't always work out. Everything don't always work out the first time around, bro. And don't let them first experiences stop you from living.
Yeah, that's part.
You know what I'm saying? Because it do like it do take a lot out you, but bro, everybody ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? Every child ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what that child was going through? You know what I'm saying? Maybe that was the child that probably needed the ADHD medicine that wasn't getting it. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't let that stop you from loving some other kids that actually want the love. You know what I'm saying? That's going to actually, you know what I'm saying? Listen to you when you're trying to tell them something, and they actually want to pay attention to you and things like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, every kid ain't the same. Every trauma ain't the same. Just don't give up on these kids, man, because that's what's wrong with us black men right now, man. Like a lot of black men don't even want to date women that got kids, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And like that's terrible as a man, bro, because a lot of these boys just need structure, dog. I ain't gonna say the females because that's what the mamas is there for, but a lot of these boys, they need structure, bro. They need us men in their lives, and we run from that. Man, let a woman that we talking to know. I mean, you know that we know, and she got 2 boys, just 2, nigga. We out the door. You feel what I'm saying? Because the boys make, because the boys feeling themselves, smelling themselves, and they ain't nothing but 11 and 12 years old. You feel me? They got guns bigger than us. But once you show these kids structure though, bro, like once you show these kids what a man is, you know what I'm saying? Once we show once we show these young teenage boys, once we show these young adults what a man is, bro, some of them gravitate to that because they want to have structure. They want some of these kids really want their life to have meaning. You know what I'm saying? Some of these kids really want to be loved. You know what I'm saying? And
Georgia just said, you know, the men are just as important to the baby girls also.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Don't so don't make it seem like I don't want to make it seem like I'm taking away. But what I'm saying is that when a woman has male kids, us male men shy away from them. You know what I'm saying? We'd rather go with a woman that got six female daughters than having six boys.
I can't agree with you.
Why not? I've seen it, bro.
I'm just saying, me personally, I love women that have boys.
No. I mean, I'm not saying that you. I mean, I'm saying that a lot of men will shy away from women that got boys because they're more uncontrollable. They're harder to deal with. That's why a lot of men, if they're dealing, listen, it don't matter why. I'm just saying that's why a lot of men shy away from women that has boys because they don't want to deal with the boys' attitudes and shit like that.
Yeah, because the man want to go and act like he's Stone Cold Steve Austin, somebody in the house.
He coming in like Melvin.
Georgia Very own made a good point though. Men are just as important to the baby girls because it is a true factor that us women need to know how to be properly loved, and we can really women tarnish our young ladies by allowing just anything around our children. I think that's a part of why a lot of women such as myself are single in some aspect, because men aren't able to take a woman who says, hey, not tonight, you know, my kids are here. I don't want them to know you right now. Now I'm not happy with my kids just being around people that I may choose to date unless I know that it's something that I'm actually solid on, and I know that this is something that I can't say a for sure thing, but at least I know that this is something that we've put in our heads, like we're intentionally dating and dealing with each other. So nowadays people are so used to, hey, just let me pull up. You know, let me just pull up at your house. Well, this is me and my children's sanctuary. This is what we call home. It's the hood, but it's our home. And it's still a safe haven for us. So I don't, I had a guy who asked me one day, can I come over your house? We could just chill. And I was just like, well, my daughter here, and I don't just let everybody come to my house. And he was like, well, I ain't just everybody. Well, to me and to her, you are when it comes to my home, until a certain level. So he's very right. It's important for our young ladies when they do see their moms dating that it's going to be a man.
What I was saying was is that not taking away from what you're saying, because you have an excellent point. I'm not taking away from any of that. What I'm saying is that just like when you said that the fella said, well, I ain't just anybody, that shows that he has no structure. You see what I'm saying? Because if he understood what you were saying, then he wouldn't have even, you know what I'm saying, tried to even make a comeback off of that. So that's why I'm saying that it's very important that these men be in these boys' lives, because that's what we need. We need structure. We need to understand what no means, when no means no. So without us having proper structure, we're not going to be any good for these young ladies. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to know how to love a young lady because we have no structure. So I'm not taking anything away from what a man can show his daughter how to be loved. But if a man if a man is not, structurally sound, he can't show love like a woman is supposed to be loved. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not. So
And
again, I wasn't taking
unfortunately,
anything away from the baby girls and not
that's really a lot of the
around,
cases.
but
I'm sorry.
yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah.
why I'm saying what I'm saying is because I just want us fellas to really understand that this is why we are really failing these ladies, man, because we don't have structure. You know what I'm saying? And then like we expect these young men that's growing up behind us to have it, and we're not teaching them that.
What area we don't have structure?
Huh?
What area we don't have structure?
Man, it's a lot of areas. It's a lot of areas where us men are falling short at, bro. And if we falling short in this area, how can we teach the younger crowd if we falling short ourselves? So we have to mature and grow up and learn in these areas that we are falling short. It don't matter where it's in. So okay, like you got some men that's falling short in areas of financial. They make good money, but they don't know how to manage their money. You know what I'm saying? You got fathers you got some males that are good fathers, but they don't know how to approach their kids. They don't know how to talk to their kids. You feel what I'm saying? They feel like talking to them with a cuss word is getting through to them and things of that nature. Yeah. But you a good parent, but you just curse a lot to your kids and you falling short.
If you acknowledge the area you need to work in, that should be easy.
Yeah, but if you still are not good in that area, then you still have work to. Then how can you teach that if you have work to do yourself in that area? I can't teach you if I don't know what I'm talking about. I have to go learn it and do it and master it so I can come back and show you. And that's the same thing for my kids. You know what I'm saying? I can't teach my kid how to be no man if I ain't no man myself. Yeah, I'm a man in age, but if I'm not a man in action, how can I teach my kids that? I'm sorry for the comments and everything, y'all. But yo, you know what I'm saying? Like,
we don't went to millions and millions of subjects, but this one is most important because when it comes down to it, this is the foundation. This is the stability of our young adults. They aren't getting that type of nurturing spirits from men today. Again, men that I've met, honestly, don't just possess that quality of I want to teach a child this, I want to be that. I've only experienced one man who actually showed that character, and that was my son's father, who said, hey, I want to play a role and see these kids win, and you don't got to give me nothing, you don't have to be a part of anything. So it doesn't necessarily even have to be a mate. It could just be a pillar of the community or a good person who just wants to see kids win. So it's very few people out there like that.
You know, I remember, well, if y'all hip to basketball, I know everybody hip to Ja Morant. You know what I'm saying? Ja Morant, you know, famous basketball player for the Memphis Grizzlies. I know when I was watching his bio, his dad made a full court basketball court in his backyard, right? And this man used to barbecue chicken leg quarters every day. And I'm talking about every kid in the neighborhood, in the neighborhood and the surrounding neighborhoods, they were all over there every day playing full court basketball. And what he did was a lot of them kids that could have been in the street, could have been in gangs, could have been doing this, that, and the other, they were over there playing basketball and eating chicken. And you know what he said when they interviewed him? And he said, man, when they were over there, you know, and there was a lot of kids over there, but he said, I'd rather have these kids over here at my house in my backyard. I know two things for sure. They ain't in trouble and they getting the meal every day. Now that's a pillar for the community right there. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's something that us black men should be doing a lot of, because a lot of these kids don't, a lot of these black kids don't have no outlet. And me being new to Columbus and shit, man, like I said, like I look around, bro, and everywhere I go, I be seeing like a lot of these kids just walking around with nothing to do.
Let me say this right. Let me just say, it's a lot of guys that, including myself, I 5 of them been coming in tonight. Man, we pick kids up. I mean, I pick kids up. We go to football practice. We leave practice. We stop and get something to eat. I mean, we do a lot. Help kids out with their homework. I mean, it's a lot of that going on in our community, especially right here in Columbus. I mean, I do it myself. That's what I was saying. You saying like what area we need to get structured in. I just got to get my flowers out to a lot of black men.
Yeah, absolutely.
That I know personally.
Absolutely. I'm with you.
They do a lot for kids.
I'm with you.
A lot for kids.
Absolutely. Because those are the ones that understand that what these kids are missing, that don't have that male structure in their life. And I wish it was more of us like that out there, because a lot of these kids, because more like, okay, like you said, you know what I'm saying, you a coach. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you coach a lot of these kids. Just think a lot of these kids that you couldn't reach, and a lot of these other coaches couldn't reach, that has amazing talent, bro, that would never ever get a chance to get put out there. Why? Because they feel like they don't have anyone out there to help them with that push or give them that push. You feel what I'm saying? It's a lot of kids that's going to fall short because of that. But it's a lot of kids that you got. He said,
"Yeah, keep
right.
Exactly."
we had some good, and that's right, Key, because I mean it all still leads back to emotional trauma in our community and what we're gonna do about it and how we're gonna make it better. And we can't solve it in one conversation.
Nah,
we gotta, as a whole, have these conversations often and try to not just be talking about it, but doing something about it. And,
there you go. It's the action.
Some value. Just so everybody know, I'm all big on financial literacy. So I've seen that we've had some people on here that are teachers and educators in the community. So I do financial literacy presentations for young adults specifically. But I do, as well for adults. I wrote a book and published it on Amazon called 4 Strategies on How to Win at Building Your Credit. It is still available on Amazon for sale. But also I do, like to talk to young adults about, putting themselves in the right position and setting themselves up for success early. So definitely, if you have any groups, forums, or anything that you would like for me to participate in, or just come do a presentation, I would love to be a part of it. So we just need to be more of the pillars of the communities that we speak on, put the action in place, work with the community, and try to build our young adults up.
That's what these platforms is made for, you know what I'm saying? So straight up, man, and I hope y'all heard what she said straight up.
I didn't mean to cut
you cool, bro.
But you know what, we can get we can do a whole show on it. And you
can, for sure.
Give a tutorial on what you need to give a tutorial on. Yeah.
Do your whole show.
And, definitely, because it take a whole show, because it's a lot involved in it, but it's definitely what we said earlier. We can't continue to blame our parents for what we fail to do now. You know, I remember my parents going to the bank, getting lending products and stuff, and they didn't just explain to me, but my parents took care, provided for us, did everything they could, or what they knew to do. And now as we've gotten older, we see the importance. We know what we have to do. I'm definitely not perfect, but I do try to make wise choices, especially now in the world we live in. So we got to make sure we know about credit, finances, life insurance. All of those things affect our community in the worst kind of way, because we keep using this ignorant card. I just don't know better. I didn't know. Nobody showed me. But the tools are there. Social media shows it all the time. People are talking about it. So we got to stop, using it as an excuse to not be better. And then again, work with our young people and make sure we're giving them the keys and the tools they need.
Stop making excuses and start giving solutions. Absolutely.
Exactly.
I'm with that.
I like that. So y'all definitely let me know when y'all ready to do that, because I'm down for that for sure.
There you go.
We
definitely got you on that.
That's very important.
Yeah.
So we got to put it in, and we'll get with you, and
it's definitely gonna be sooner than later. You know what I'm saying? Because like you know, like again, like you know, I don't want to get on this topic because Gotti will start going crazy. But we know how Trump is fucking up shit. You know what I'm saying? Getting things crazy. So financial literacy definitely is a must. You know what I'm saying? Black people, white people, Chinese people, whoever is watching this show, when we had this show about this financial literacy, y'all better tune in because I'm telling you, shit about to get thick. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna need to know how to manage the money.
It's already
I mean, it's already, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
it's already. But yo, just think about this right here. 6 months from now, just imagine what it's gonna be like. So if your financials ain't in order, come on now. So like I said, we definitely gonna have this financial literacy show sooner than later. You know what I'm saying? And
Exactly, Key. I agree. We are older and we have to do better for ourselves, and not just for ourselves, but for our young adults in the community, so that they can make better decisions. And we want them to be prepared for what is going to be facing them when they step out. Meaning, it's not bank account at 18; it's bank account as soon as possible, and then teaching them the principles of what they need to do with banking. So we'll get into all of that, but I definitely enjoyed talking to you guys tonight. It was definitely, again, an honor just to be a part of it, and I appreciate you guys let me be a part of it again. So we'll definitely get that set up for you guys.
And we
yeah,
thank
for
you
sure.
so much for coming on. We really appreciate you coming on
Yeah,
here.
definitely. And listen, again, before Millie get up out of here, before we get up out of here, Millie, give them your information again on YouTube, all your platforms, and let them
YouTube,
know what you do again
thank
before we get
you.
up out of here.
All right, so it's Millicent Early on Facebook. Also follow my partner Irvin Cohen. We'll make you laugh, and also we are available on Instagram. Excuse me, it's Wood Mill 706, and then on YouTube we are Wood Mill 706. So and I put that in the comments, so you guys, if y'all want to follow us and subscribe to us, please do. We're doing great on each platform. Fortunately, our reach is kind of going outside of the city limits, so we blessed and thankful for that. So
For sure.
we just definitely want to continue to reach on. So tell your sister, your auntie, your cousin in Detroit or New York or wherever, Ohio, Chicago, tell them to follow us. You
For
know
sure.
what I mean? And show some love. We appreciate it.
For sure.
Hey, Mills.
Good night,
Hey,
DP,
Mr.
bro. I love you.
Hey, Mills.
Yeah.
Myself and Mr. Risk It All, we want to be one of y'all's kids.
Yeah, we gotta line something up. Cause y'all some funny guys too. So we definitely, like I said, it's been peace. After losing my best friend Mario, love you for life. It was one of those things where this kind of put me into another space. Being able to create the content and make people laugh. Cause like I said, laughter is the key to the soul. Like, it keeps you younger. So everybody's so uptight these days, so we definitely need something to laugh about. Kia, it was a pleasure meeting you too. Thank you for all of the engagement and the great questions. DP, you dope as well. To my nephew, I appreciate the love. You always supporting everything I'm doing. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, to Irvin.
Yo, for sure.
You much love, baby. We always repping. So we iron sharpens iron. So I appreciate you tuning in and engaging with us as well. We're gonna be doing this again.
Oh yeah, we will get with you on that.
Hey y'all, sorry about missing all the comments tonight, but y'all know once we get to talking and we get into a good conversation, sometimes comments get missed, but y'all know it's all love, man. Bo Reefer, what you want to get at him before we get up out of here, brother? Russell Simmons. Oh, he did it so quick.
God bless.
Hey, y'all. For sure.
Let me touch the base with y'all. Will be.
Gotti, what you want to say to him before we get up out of here?
For sure. Stay woke. Stay woke.
Stay woke.
Pay attention. Hey, look, y'all, it's very important that we vote the midterms.
Thanks, bro.
We need to show out.
All right now.
Hey, look, we need to show up and show out.
For sure. For
Tell you
sure.
it's gonna be very important.
Well, as for me, y'all know how it go, man. I am your host, Portis, aka Mr. Squad in Your Face, aka Mr. Intellectual, y'all. Everything was fun. Portis will be at my next. Hey, Key, you was crazy, man. Look at you. Everything was fun, y'all. It was another dope show. Hey, man, one more thing before we get up out of here. I want to personally say thank y'all to each and every last one of y'all, man. We didn't have 5 shows over 1,000 views. Hey, man, listen, to a lot of people that may not be shit to them, but to us, that's everything. Because from January to now, man, from the start to where we're at now, it's been a long, long road. And me, Gotti, and Bo, you know what I'm saying? Listen, man, just thank y'all and keep tuning in. It's going to keep getting better. Big Cap is definitely on the rise, man. In the Mirror is on the rise, man. Nothing but love. Man, we love y'all. Peace to the planet, man. Thank y'all again with much, much love. We are out. Peace.
I'm a little better next time,
Thank you.
y'all. I got you.
Thank you, baby. Oh, peace up. 18.
Good night.